Hello everyone and welcome back to Winter 89 Colors. I'm Melissa and I am here with a special request video today. So it was specifically requested by one of my viewers to show how I do the hair in my Hannah Lynn pictures. And I'm going to be honest with you, it is really simple. I can do it a multitude of different ways, but the video that was commented on was a very specific way, so I figured I'd show you exactly how I did it there. I will do it in a different color, however, but the method will be exactly the same. So this entire picture is going to be based in Ohuhu alcohol markers. That makes it much easier for everybody. You can use water-based as well, but you have to be very careful to make sure that you're getting your strokes as even as possible, and you're more likely to get unwanted lines and things like that. But I'm sure you can do it with a little bit of practice. But yes, basing in an ink or marker just makes the process that much faster. So as I'm talking about this, I'm just basing her skin because sometimes I have a hard time getting into the picture, particularly in these books, if I don't kind of have a base to start with on the skin. The whole picture just feels a little off. So yeah, so we're gonna do a marker base with a pencil shading, and that's gonna show you how I would do my most simple hair. Okay, so there's her skin done. Okay, so I'm gonna do her hair orange. And excuse, I've got a little bit of bleed through here. I think I spilled some water on this book, so there's a little bit of bleed through from the previous page right there, but that'll mostly cover. So I'm gonna use Ohuhu YR4 Salmon Pink to base this. So I'm gonna base all of her hair in this peach orange tone. I picked this picture specifically because it's so much hair. Almost the whole picture is just hair, so we've got lots to work with. You don't have to be as brave as me and cover, try to cover the whole area with the marker at first. You can just go section by section. That way you're not risking leaving streaks and lines, but I'm fairly confident with my markers and this paper and how it works, and I'm not too worried about it, especially since we're going to be doing shading over top. So how's everybody doing today? Having a good day? It's very warm here today. This is one of the warmer summers I can remember. And I'm not complaining. I enjoy the heat. I'd rather it hot than cold. I have a meeting in 3/4 of an hour, a phone meeting. So I'm hoping to get at least a few bits of hair done before I have to sign off and get that meeting done. I love my Ohuhus. I've had them for well over a year. I'm getting to a point where I'm concerned I'm gonna have to start replacing them because some of them are starting to dry out just a little bit, but I can't complain once again because I've had them for so long. I use them so much. I think they're fabulous. The only problem with Hannah Lynn's pocket-sized books is that sometimes the pictures are cut off, so it's kind of hard to tell what's what because you're missing parts of the picture. go. Think that that about does it. Again, it's not super perfect, but that's okay because, again, we're going to be going over it a little bit with pencil, and plus hair's not perfect either, right? It's not exactly the same color everywhere, so there's nothing wrong with it being a little bit uneven, a little bit imperfect. That's kind of the whole point of the thing, right? So give me just 1 second here while I gather the pencils. All right, so you can do this with 1, 2, 3 shades, as many shades as you'd like to get the color the where you want it. I am probably gonna use 2. So I'm gonna use Prismacolors for this because that's one of the more common pencils that people have. Actually, maybe I'll do it with both Prismacolors and Polychromos. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a practice sheet here just to make sure that these are in fact the colors I want. So yes, I think that will do. So in Prismacolor, I'm going to be using salmon pink and orange. And from Polychromos, I will be using terracotta and dark cadmium orange. So that should give us a few different shades, which will be nice to create some difference. So what I do, get my sharpener here. Extender. Okay, so what I do is I find a strand that I want to work on. So I'm going to use this one, and I start at the outer edges of it, where that point is, with my darkest color, and I just slowly lighten the pressure as I'm coloring. Here, let me zoom in for you. So I start with harder pressure, and then slowly, as I'm coming out closer to the center, I lighten off the pressure. And I do the same on the other side. Then I take my second color, my salmon pink, and I go starting nearly at the end where the darkest color is, but not quite. I cover over it until I get to where the orange ends there, and then I lighten off. Same on this side, so heavy here to mix with the orange, and then lighter and lighter and lighter, leaving just a little bit of the original alcohol marker in the center. So then the next strand, it'll be the same thing, but we'll do Polychromos. So we'll start with the dark cadmium orange. Slowly relieving the pressure as we go. Actually, I'm not going to use terracotta. That's a little too strong for me. I'm thinking maybe no, that's too pink. Too orange. Sorry about this, folks. Just trying to get a handle on the color I want to use here. Okay, yeah. I'm going to use this instead. I'm going to use dark chrome yellow. Same method. Heavy strokes until you get to the end of where your last color went, and then slowly taper off. Do the same to the other end. have it. And then you continue to go with this pattern, alternating as much as possible. On a small piece like this, I just cover the whole thing with the lighter color. I'm gonna do Prisma again on here. Heavy, 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 lighter, lighter, lighter. Heavy, 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 lighter, lighter, lighter. Okay, so then we get to these tiny little pieces here. I basically just do just a tiny little bit. I only do it on one side. Because there's not room to do a half and half, so it's easier if we just start at one end and go to the other. You can alternate these in whatever way makes you comfortable. You can do them going all the same direction, like I've done there. Or like over here, we could do darkest to lightest. And then on the next one, we can go lightest to darkest to change up the angle a little bit. And the more you alternate these, the more you play around with them, the more variety you're gonna get in the strands. You'll notice it works pretty well one way or the other. It doesn't really matter whether I use the Chromos or whether I use the Prisma. Get a beautiful blend and transition either way. What's your favorite? What do you usually jump to? What's your favorite pencil brand? Is it a Prisma? Is it a Poly? Is it something else? Let me know down below. I'd really like to know what everybody is leaning towards these days. I always have a brush handy too, especially with Prismas. I find they get very dusty. I don't know if dusty is the right word, but I'm just continually alternating between the two color variations. I'm not going to do her whole head of hair because we'll be here forever if I do that. I'm just going to do this section and then I'll zoom out and show you the result. Okay. So you see the difference there? See how that hair is turning it? It just looks like the light is just hitting it on all these different angles. Just creates a little bit of dimension, and it's very simple to do. By the time you finish the whole head, you know, you're not even going to be worried about it. Alrighty. I'll leave it there for you, folks. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Let me know what else I can show you. Ta-ta for now.